Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a T92 Hmc, it's the Tier 10 American SPG, top of the line. It's sitting on the south spawn of El Halluf and it's under the command of Gucci72, and that means he's on the NA server. Game on. Well, this one has literally got the biggest gun in the game. There is no gun bigger than this one. It is a howitzer actually, not a gun, but well, yes, it's a long cylindrical thing that throws shells at the enemy. So we'll call it a gun. Anyway, this one is 24 centimeters in caliber. Yeah, that's huge, but when you compare it to the Carl Gustav railway artillery, it's only a fraction. Yes, because that artillery actually has a gun which actually has an 80 centimeter caliber. Yep, it's quite big, but well, Gucci's quite happy with this one. This is the biggest Arty that the Americans produced during the war for use against the enemy. Only built 5 of them. Well, they stopped the production after Japan surrendered because there was no need for them after that. It's a tier 10 game with tier 9 tanks in it, so he's going to be hitting all sorts of enemy. And that Object 277 is reverse side scraping on an Object 430U, a little further away, but Gucci's got no sight on the enemy there. But there is, I think you can just see off out of the corner of his eye, if he's looking, there is an enemy Foch nearby, but he's now going to go for the E75 over on the other side of the battlefield. We lost sight of him temporarily. Oh, we just lost one of our teammates to an Object 268. No, that E75. Oh, there he is. He's on the move. Now, can Gucci get a shot? Very difficult. He's lining it up. Rounds out. Well, he didn't stay for the shell to hit the target, but he did hit the target with a near miss. And he tracked the guy, and the E75 is taking additional damage. Now, it's quite a long reload, 38.48 seconds, near enough 49. And the E75 is no more. The E4 got him. And we've got a bit of a stalemate up this end of the map at the moment. E50 is going into the dip to try and force that Foch out of his position. And the Foch has turned around and run away. But that doesn't mean that they've given up in that corner. Just means that they're not going in mob-handed. In fact, they might be drawing our guys into a bit of a trap. Now, I'll let you in on a little secret. I haven't watched this replay before, but in fact, I know that most of the enemy team are still sitting in their cap area. They haven't come into the game. Gucci, oh, he finishes off that GWE100, who's almost committing suicide by running across the battlefield. The vast majority of enemy tanks are just sitting near the cap area. The Object 268's one of the few that is active, so's the GWE and that Object 430 and the Foch, but most of the others are just sitting where they spawned. I know this because the Object 268 you're looking at there, I think it's one of the 268s. They haven't got more than one 268, so it is that guy. Complained bitterly afterwards that his team was AFK for most of the battle. Oh, it looks like some of them have woken up, but a little too late. Gucci does that thing of dialing in, then moving the aim over the target before he lets loose. Fires the round in, splashes the 704. So 50 TP's trapped himself in that little alcove. But he's got the 704 supporting him from behind, and the 277 didn't realise that. Nice little trap set by the 704. But if the guys go through that pass, now that the 704 is fired, then they should be able to get through and attack the 704 before he can reload. But I think they might have left it too late because the E50 pulled back just at the wrong moment. So Gucci can stun that 704. There's the Foch. Just got hit by the other Arty. So one shot now. Rounds out. That's a kill. So I see what they're doing here. The 704 and the 50 TP rather are setting up a crossfire. They are baiting the enemy to come through the pass. There's two of the AFKs. Not even bothered to load into the game, or maybe they've had loading problems. Looks like others are firing at them to just take them out of the game. Arty firing rounds in. Gucci fires around between both of them. Splashes the 215B, which is the heavy tank version, not the Death Star. But that 704 and 50 TP combination are still causing a bit of a problem. Look at how many tanks are AFK. These guys should all be reported. And there's the enemy Arty, who the 704's been killed, but the M53 55's decided to join in. And well, basically he's in an Arty safe position there. We can't hit him, but we can certainly hit these guys now. The IS-7's come to life. Rounds out. 347. The 140's come to life. Suddenly realised he's missing all of his hit points. The IS-7 got hit inside by R277, but he still manages, or in fact the enemy T92 manages to finish off R277. And the E50 paid for his hesitation by being wiped out by the Object 140. If only he pushed through that pass and gone after the 704, he would have killed that guy. Gucci lining up a shot on the 140, who's one shot. Work out where to put the shell. Fires it in. Yes, gets the splash kill. These shells are capable of doing 1300 alpha, and they've got a burst radius of 13 meters. So you can see you only need to land the shell near the target to actually do a huge amount of damage to them. But if you can actually hit the target and get a pen, then you can almost get an ammo racket from the amount of damage you'll do. He's still looking for that M53, M55 somewhere up in that corner. We just lost the T30. We're still ahead of the enemy though, because we've got 3 RT. They've only got 1 left now. The M53, 55. Gucci's going to fire into that corner anyway. And he kills the M53, 55 with a blind shot, a splash kill. He guessed that the guy was still there, and he was. A 277 is going to make his hit points pay there and take out that 53 TP if he can. Arty assists by trying to land a shell on him. The E4 is coming up the slope now, and the 50 TP doesn't know what's coming up behind him. And the 277 just needs to bait that 50 TP. Yep, that's it. And there's only 2 enemies left now. Standard B and an Object 430U. Now we're reasonably safe from the enemy over here because we've got a Waffenträger between us and the enemy on the pathway. If they come directly up the slope, well, then obviously we would see them, but somewhere over in that corner of the map, the Object 430U was up high, the Standard B was down low. We do know that the enemy between them has 2,016 hit points against our 5,132. There's the object. Line him up. Rounds out. Oh yes, that was a good hit. 456 of splash. Tracked him. The E4's being cautious. They're not going towards the cap until they can be absolutely certain that Object 430 has gone out the game. He's still there. Yeah, he's using the rocks, but he must realise that Arty's going to get him eventually. More Arty rounds arcing in. That will track him. It has tracked him one side. Gucci's loaded. Rounds out. That was right next door to him. He must have lost a hell of a lot of hit points off that one. And the standard B's come into sight and got wiped out virtually straight away. So it's now just this 430U to win the game. Everyone's firing. That was the E4. Here's a splash kill now. And a direct hit from the back chat. 155.58 finishes him off and wins the game. So pretty good game for Gucci because he got 4 kills in that one. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. Well, it's a first class tanker for Gucci 72 in the T92 Hmc. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In this one, he managed to get 15. He got a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He did get 4 exactly. And, well, he did do very nicely when it came to damage as well. If we look at the team scores, we can see that the high score in the game was actually the 50 TP on the enemy team. He managed to get 3,614. Then we've got the M53, M55 on his own team with 3,551. Gucci wasn't that far behind with 3,508 hit points of damage in that one. When it came to kills, it was Gucci at the top alongside the 50 TP on the enemy team. They set up a nice little crossfire with the 704. So anybody who came through that pass, if they turned to face one tank, they got the other tank shooting them in the rear. And of course, they trapped or managed to trap 2 of our tanks that way before our guys realised that, yeah, there was 2 tanks firing crossways at anyone who came in. When it came to the next high scorer, that was the E4, the T30 and that T92 Hmc on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, it was the M53, M55, mostly because he got stun assist, 2,888 stun assist or 15 stuns. So he did a lot of stunning during that game, whereas Gucci managed to get 911 base experience. Didn't get quite as many stun, but he did do very nicely out to the kills. When it came to shots, he fired 10 rounds in that game, got 1 direct hit and no penetrations, 12 splash, damage of 3,508 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters, damage 9 of the enemy, that's 3/5 of the enemy team, and killed 4 of them. Did 621 hit points of damage assist and 1,570 hit points of stun assist of 8 stuns. On a premium count, he earned 43,622 credits, and after ammunition reload, and these shells are very expensive, he still made a whopping great profit of 40,433 credits. He received 911 XP, got ×2 for the first victory of the day, and took away 2,734 experience points altogether. So it sometimes can actually be quite useful after these battles, realising and watching somebody else's replay, or at least looking at the text on their replays to see exactly what actually happened. And the Object 268 player, who's highlighted here, actually put his replay in more of a complaint than anything to show that most of his team were just sitting, spawning in the cap area, and that's why they couldn't play this game. But it still took a lot of work from Gucci and his teammates to bring down the other players, because as the enemy came to life one by one, they started attacking and assaulting our guys. And yes, for a moment it did look as if the enemy was going to put up quite a good fight. If you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like and do subscribe to our channel, please. We've got one more replay from Gucci, which is a fairly recent one, and then all of Gucci's ones are up to date. So stick around and you'll see that shortly. Thanks for watching.